Welcome back, guys. Time to get back into it. I didn't end up driving to Sydney. I couldn't be bothered. My son was keen to do some driving yesterday, but today he wasn't feeling it, so I ended up just going to Australia Post and sending it all off. That'll give me plenty more time at home anyway. I haven't really been doing much, but so I've got the windscreen now. So this one here is obviously the new one. One behind it's the original out of the car. I gather it's original. Well, it's original. Very old. It's not laminated. Where'd that come from? Yeah, so I've got it in my bedroom here where it's nice and safe. It's not going to get damaged in any way at all. It's bloody hot outside at the moment. Got another edition here too. Boat. Crown Line, American made boat. Very good. It's not mine, it's my brother's, but it's freaking cool. So I've got that. And yeah, I'll show you what I've got in the shed. Goodies. It's my side every day. Come out and see my boat. Very nice. Where do I start? So I've got everything I need now. I've got this 2K primer. I've now got the hardener, mixing cups, mix up small batches of paint, adhesion promoter. This shit's next level. It's freaking expensive, but for all this I've got today, just from this what's it called, paint place I went to today, all this all up $268. Autolac, Cardiff, Newcastle. This here got another one of these pads for buffing. This stuff is next level. It's got these special like honeycomb sort of things they spread. The idea of that is when you're buffing, the actual cutting compound goes into those slots and doesn't spray around everywhere. But on the flip side, you have to wash it regularly. So this stuff here, it's a stage one, mate. This stuff is the best. $93 is for that. It comes from America, but so yeah, that's why it's marked up so much. But yeah, I've got this stuff here. I was telling you about before. Put that under there, that hump on the transmission tunnel. Don't think it'll cover all of it, but it'll cover most of it. I could probably use this in a lot of it. In the other areas I use Sikaflex, so that way it'll peel up and I can get it off easy enough, maybe. That's heat wrap for the extractors. That's a special flanging tool for the fuel line. Got 2 rolls now. I've got, that's new shock absorbers. I know what these are and I don't even have to open it. I'll just get straight on eBay and see what's turned up. But here's my new blinkers. I showed you this before. But unfortunately, Grand Tourer, the eBay page, eBay store, I bought V8 badges to suit XB Falcon, but these are for like, I think XY, XW. They're really good. I rang them up this morning, spoke to some guy. He's under the pump, but he's really good. He's going to send me another pair ASAP, and then he's going to leave a label bag, so I can send these back to him. So a bit of a trust thing going there. Yeah, so I think what I need to do now is to start prepping these mirrors. I think get them prepped. Put the mirrors on the car. I've got holes in this door. They're good to go. This side hasn't got anything. It's just blank. So these skins are from China. I didn't get the Australian skins. Not that it matters, because they're not always going to have the holes there, because not all cars got passenger side mirrors, which is insane. I couldn't imagine. I know in the past that's how it was, but a lot of cars didn't have them. But these days, car parks getting the same size, but cars are getting bigger. I don't know about as big as this thing, but this is like the bloody size of a 300 series Land Cruiser. It's amazing. Big girl. So I've got, I think what I'll do, put those mirrors on, and I've got the original, well, it's not the original fuel tank. Original fuel tank was completely rusted out, so the guy who I was telling you about, it's got that XB Falcon, he sold it, the coupe that top loader comes out of. That he gave me this tank He's moving house, they gave it to me, so it looks like it's in pretty good nick. I've been on the talk of emailing Aces Air Fire. Emailed them this morning and just saying, look, what's going on with this bloody fuel pump? I'm still waiting on it, and went through this application called Shop. I know it sounds dodgy. Goes through it, and it's like, yeah, can't even track where it is. It says it's sand, it's in freight. That's it. There's no information. So I contacted them and said, what's going on? You know, it's almost a month now. 4 days time, it'll be a month. And they're like, oh, they're onto it, and they couldn't even find anything. They're going to investigate and get back to me. But obviously, what usually happens, it gets caught up at customs in Sydney. It just sits there and sits there until I get to it. But yeah, it should be something there to confirm this. This happens every now and then. You buy stuff and it just gets caught in customs or something happens. They stuff up the address. I don't know. So rather than wait, there's a fair bit I can do. I can put the sway bar in the front of the car. I can put the visors up. Can't put a windscreen in when on those clips for the moulding. But that fuel tank, I should be able to get that fuel tank down, give it a good clean up, paint epoxy, let it go out in the sun and bake, put the tank in, have a bit of a rough idea whereabouts the fuel pump's going to go, and then start plumbing the lines, start plumbing the fuel lines underneath the car. Once the fuel lines are in place, I'm happy with them, and then I've got a complete 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust I can install. I've got extractors that have got dents and all sorts of shit. If I could show you. No, one of them's on the car still and the other one's on the ground. Can't bother picking it up, but I've got heaps to do. So, there's no time like the present. I'll make a start. So I've got these blinker out of the box from Rare Spares. One of the questions I read on one of my last videos is that people talking about the lengths of the cable here. I haven't even put this mirror in, and it just looks like everything's going to be sweet. I mean, if that could be too short, which is sure as hell isn't, the only thing I'd be concerned about is that conflicting with the window. It's the only thing I'd be concerned about, but I'll just do a dummy fit now and just see how it goes. But just looking at it, it looks amazing, and it can control it really well too. I'll show you some of the key things that go wrong with these mirrors over the years, but the one that I originally had with this card was all this was all exposed. It was just knackered, all cracked and broken in there. Yeah, better off just buying new ones if they're available and you think they're good. Get them. So unlike other mirrors I've played with, these are all the same. They come out. I know these threads get all tired, gummed up, rusty, and then you go to undo them, and those things, they spin in the housing. They usually, go on the inside, but I had these adapters on the Escort, so what I found is obviously the hole way too small. So I think what they've got this cable here. I'm just gonna put them up, pull this out, detach them. Yep. Small pliers here, pivots off that, and these little end pieces make it swivel. Was hoping I could pull this down, pull it apart, and just have these cable ends that I could stick them through that hole. It's just way too small, so I don't think I really want to. I don't want to pull at them, might damage them. With the first time I broke something that's brand new. It's got plenty of room for a bigger hole. So yeah. Got these doors up here forever. Love that colour, Wild Violet. That's off a XA too. The other two are off an XC. They're red. It'd be nice to look at them to see how big the holes are, but yeah, they're a bit hard to get to. Alright, let's have to get the trusty stepper drill. Make the hole bigger. What I'll do first, but I'll measure how big it needs to be. Almost 20 mil, so probably 20 mil hole will be the go. I'll get permanent marker and just mark the area where I'll go to max. How brave am I doing this with one hand? See where the black line is? No, two-hand time. To answer that question about adjusting the mirror cable in long enough, there's plenty of room. I think what you need to do, bud, is to, when you, I can't see, lights over here, when you pull, there's a cable right in there, you have to sort of twist it. Probably a good idea to twist that little bit. Even, you might even have to tie it back inside to be safe, but the window completely clears when it goes up and down, so obviously they must have made it long enough for both sedans and coupes or whatever. Panel-vans, utes. Yeah, so I'm not going to go to. I notice it's pretty difficult to get to the nuts on the back of it. You have to sort of peel this rubber trim back here just so you can get in there. The strip just completely gets in way of the bolts, but I'll probably get a bit of duct tape and sort of pull this back a bit and then get access to it. But I think I might hey, there's a storm coming, I might pull it up, but I think I might give this outboard motor a kick in the guts. It's probably been 6 weeks, 2 months, no, easily 2 months or more since I've started up, so here, give it a crack. So Mercury's been sitting for ages. Didn't even have to take the cover off it. It's like an old Clevo, always starts and runs. Back into it again, 6 o'clock start. Have it rain, storms yesterday. There'll be a lot of moisture in there, so when it comes to painting these mirrors, I'm going to have to be really careful, make sure I get the fluid out of that air compressor best I can and use the right filters and stuff, because yeah, I've got right across this car months after doing the paint job. This is before I even, what else in here? Got like humidity blisters. They're alright, if they're only small, you just bloody give them a cut, wet and dry, and then buff them again. I had them all out of their guard, they come up good. So you've got to be mindful of that. So what I'll do now, it's a nice smooth surface. I'll just get this, even that's a bit coarse, but that'll be fine. I'll just give a scuff up, give it some edge primer, and then give it a coat of burnt orange. Gave it a hit, methylated spirits, all scuffed up, hanging off this hoist arm. Now I've got to get the adhesion promoter. It's over there somewhere. It goes off real quickly, but the spray gun I've got is going to need a good clean. On those last times using it, I was starting to struggle. Got this super cheap auto kit. It's pretty smart. It's just a bit of build up deep inside there. So I don't really do small jobs anymore. I don't really do anything major. Now the other day I done the bonnet. That was just clear, straightforward, but it was going good for doing the bonnet, the clear. But yeah, since then I used a bit of colour in it. Yeah, it's not happy. So you give it a quick clean up, and then yeah, I'll do these mirrors. I think this was partially blocked. It's got little pinholes. Seen better days. I really need to get a new gun, but just don't see the point of this at the moment, because I just it's maybe using it as much. So I had to clean up around here and all in these areas, but to make the job easier, I've got this gun shampoo. I've had it for years. Bought a big drum of it. Yeah, good product. So yeah, got the gun cleaned up, so now I can start mixing up the primer. I don't know how I'm going to go. I'll see how they're a bit sloppy like this. Ideally, I like to have them standing up, sitting firm. I don't know. See how I go. I'll figure something out. Lower this hoist down and make something. I don't know. Let's put it on a screwdriver. That way I can paint it and rotate it, move it around. Should be a lot easier. And then I'll just put it over here. I'll let it bake in the sun. See, like so. Second one I'm doing now. Just having a quick look over this primer filler I've got. Paint. The fluid tip I use is 1.4. Really should be used in 1.6. We're starting to struggle. In the past I used to use a little bit more thinner. You're not meant to, and then thinned out a little bit, and then you get a better finish. But in turn, yeah, you got to let it go off for longer, because yeah, it's not right, less than ideal. But I'm looking here, so you got 16 hours dry to sand, but that's at normal, like 20 degrees. Obviously in Australia here at the moment, it's pretty damn hot. At the moment it's about 28 degrees outside, but yeah, I've got the hairdryer there, I'll just give it a good hit, and that'll bake it a bit better, and I can sand it. What they told me to do is, yeah, on the car itself, when you're using this, after it's gone off, like a day later or whatever, give the car a sand and open it up, open the pores up so it really gets into it, and then you can sniff the paint, sniff the primer on the body of the car, and to see if you can still get that bit of a chemical smell. If you still get a bit of a chemical smell, it's still sort of going off. So these polyurethane primers, they're a good thing. Like, they're quick and easy, they're cheap. Like, I can buy that primer there, 4 litre, I think it's a 4 litre, 3 litre, 4 litre tin for like $140 in the kit. Where the polyester, with this stacks better, you can build it up, it's really good, but it's really expensive. But this car's done in polyester. So I've done this car in polyester because the stack's really good. I went for Mellomotive in Gosford, and then I used polyurethane primer over top of the stuff I got there. That was just the final go, because you can quickly get it on, goes off quick, or reasonably quick. Then you just see it's just the final stages. So that's where the problem lies, where I had multiple burnt orange bits around the car that weren't perfectly the same, because I forgot that I used that primer at the last bit, because this car's been dragging on for a long time. So now I know where I'm at. Hopefully these mirrors will match up the doors. I'm putting this burnt orange on, right? And you think, oh yeah, looks great. Bloody hard to tell the lighting. But you look at it compared to the car itself, it's different. Then you look at it when the light areas are done, pretty much identical. I'm starting to think there's something going on with this mix. So what I need to do, go back to drawing board. So I got this stuff made up a couple of years ago now, almost. Code Z. So this car is not a Code Z. From what I remember, Code Z is like when they mixed it. Originally Autolac done it. The dude said, he mixed me up 3 litres, and he said that's plenty enough. And I'm like, I don't know about that. No way, not even close. So I ended up going back. I went to Super Cheap Auto. I got a couple of spray cans mixed, and I shit you not, exactly the same. Their mix was perfect. So then I went back to Autolac, and that tin is probably 3/4 of the paint left. I reckon that's slightly out. I don't know what's happened, but what I think I'll do before I go any further, I'll go to Super Cheap Auto, and I'll get, the manager made it for me last time, get it up on the system and actually get them to make the Code Z again. I wish I recorded all this better. If I went back from the old videos, I could probably dig up. There was a video where I covered this, but it was freaking ages ago, and I don't know which one it was. But yeah, I'll have to look into it, see what I can do. Got over the codes here, so we've got burnt orange, 1980 onwards. Take a bit of a chance here, because I can't bloody hold this one hand, but I'll just go in the sun. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. You can clearly see. Well, it's hard to tell, guys. I'm just trying to show you, but you can clearly see the one on the right is the original one I've just been painting, and the one on the left, that's just been done with a Super Cheap Auto paint, and you can notice that it's actually a lot brighter. So yeah, good thing that I had a new batch mixed up. Just got a spray pack, just get the job done. Yeah, I might leave it where it is now. Don't worry about putting more coats on. It's got 3 good coats. It's always the best time of the day for when it comes to like looking at this sort of stuff, and now it's not the best. It's good in the afternoon or the mornings. But yeah, it looks really good. What I'll do now, I'll put them up out of the road, and they should tack off pretty quick, flash off pretty quick I should say, because it's pretty, like, they'd have to be getting up 30 degrees in here now. So I think it's time to get onto these visors. So these ones here originally got, I assume they were shit, but then once you actually start cleaning them, they come up pretty good. So these, I'll clean all of these up, and the 2 I don't use, I think that's probably rust. Looks like a razor blade's been sitting on or something. See how if that comes off, but The two I don't use, I'll probably end up selling. Someone will want them. I've just going to use sugar soap and some warm water. See how they come up. So I tried using the sugar soap, and yeah, it was doing it, but it would have taken hours. So I ended up just going. I took a chance and I went to the roughest one I had and used all-purpose thinner. So this is that really bad one. Still a little bit of discoloration there, but it's. I reckon if I kept going with it, I could get a little bit better. Probably get like maybe get a white shoe polish, maybe. I don't know, white, something white, and just rub it into it. I reckon that'd bring it up perfect. But I won't use them too, only because these screws here to adjust the tension aren't that good, and these ones are better. So they're far from perfect. Oh, look at that, it's got stuff on it. I don't particularly care. The car is not perfect. Would have liked it to be, but yeah, it hasn't worked out that way. All good. Righto, so what I'll do, I've got these kits I got off the internet. There's different colours. I think most of them are black from memory. This one's like a grey. So I'll pull these ends off, and then I'll put these new ones on. I've got this as well. Better give that a clean. It's probably good enough as it is, but I've got to put that up. So I've got to find the holes and the hood lining for that. I could be super careful now. I could really stuff it up. There's a lot of work to do this hood lining. I got off to a good start because I've done the same thing with the Escort. The Escort is the same design. They call it Moon Crater. Oh yeah. Back into it again. Got the visors up. Bit of a mission. So what I end up doing, I pulled this side down, hence the mess. It's always going to be like that, unfortunately. That's creases. But these, when I put the pinch weld in there, it should tension it up a bit. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Too hard basket at the moment, but yeah. What I end up doing is get one of these. I've got them in a kit from Repco. So what I've done, I end up making a big hole that goes through the middle, and then I opened the hole up much as I could, looked through it with the torch, and then got this spike and actually worked it around and punctured a hole where the screws are. So I managed, yeah, got that done, and then yeah, that weren't too bad. That passion style was a real mongrel because I didn't undo it like this on that side. I didn't want to do it again because that side was a lot neater. That was easy. That's right on the edge when the pinch weld goes. So they're done. Next mission will be finding where the drop links go, the seat belts, but I don't think that'll be as much an issue because the holes are bigger. So yeah, that's done. Got the mirrors are hanging up over there. I got the pinch weld that is used to go on the inside across here on the A-pillar down here, but I was hoping I'd have two, but I've only got the one. And I thought it might have been brown, but it's actually black. So I'll probably end up just going to Clark Rubber and replace it with black stuff because it's already got black rubber seals around it. So yeah, just go with that anyway, really. That should be cheap enough. But you got this pinch weld here, up here. That was all bent and out of shape, sitting on the back where the back seat is. So I put it up there on that rail there, hopefully straighten it out over time. But it goes along here, goes up there and goes up against the window. But I'll worry about that later. Once the window's in, I'll look into it. But yeah, got that to do later, and I've got this mirror. Just got to put a bit of paint around there. This mirror is right to go in, but before I do that, I've got this. Just got a piece of paper put on here. Mark the holes. Put a line there where it goes in the corner. So all I have to do is flip it around to go on the other side. Mark the other side, and just luckily that doesn't need the big hole in the middle. It just needs the holes for the bolts. So it'll just go in like so. So yeah, should be straightforward. So I'll put these mirrors in. There's a storm coming. So I'm looking forward to it. Water the lawns and hopefully drop the temperature a bit. Mother Nature is about to rain hell. It's good. We need the rain. Righto. So the mirrors, they come out really good, as in shiny and glossy and that sort of stuff, but unfortunately they're not exactly the same as the doors. God help me. It's not for lack of trying. I think what it comes down to is, yes, I know the primer that I use is the same as what I use on the doors, but there's like it's a different shade. It's slightly different. But the rest of the car, the roof, the quarters, the boot, they're all the same. But then this mirror and that front edge, that end piece and the guard, or both originally, that end piece of the guard was used with this original batch of auto lack, which I haven't really used much of. But then Super Cheap Auto, they're the same mix, and it is better, but it's still, yeah. So what I'll end up doing, probably go to auto lack, and they've got a machine. You just give them, like, they go over a section of the car and it picks it up and it gives you like a closest shade you'll get. Either that, I'll go to panel shops and got those cards where I've got those things you look at and get it pretty close. But there'll be that many different shades of burnt orange. But I'll work it out. Either I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm not going to worry about it. There are bigger things to worry about. Like, I got this car to sort out. I've got to get the Escort back on the road. Yeah, it's a bit going on, but yeah, it's all good. Absolute mongrel getting these mirrors in. Trying to get to the back of them. This rubber here gets in the road of the nuts, so when you're trying to get to them, you can't see them. You get to peel the rubber back. But the cord that comes out the back of this mirror adjustment is, you have it in the right spot. It completely clears the window. So that answers that question. Someone asked in the comment section. The passenger side mirror was a bit of a shit because it must be slightly more forward than the driver's side, because when I put the holes through, where it's got a slot in the back of it to get to the nuts, the mirror was slightly back too much. I couldn't get to the back nut here, so what I ended up having to do is get that die grinder, get inside it, and make it a bit deeper. I could have shifted the mirror, sorry, about 10 mil that way, would have corrected it, but I didn't want to go drilling my holes in the door, so I just leave it. That's pretty much covers it where I'm up to. Would have liked to do that pinch welt. That'd have been good. That would have tensioned up the wood lining more. Yeah. Righto. I think I'm going to go back to drawing board and see what I want to do. I'll find something to do. Probably the fuel tank tomorrow. There's supposed to be a bit of a cool change. It's a bit of a cool change coming tomorrow onwards, so that's heaps better, because today in the shed here, it got up to like 37 degrees, which is, it can be bearable. I can do it, but today I thought, you know what, just gonna bloody chill out for a bit. There's a pretty good chance people are gonna say, oh, look at this, oh, look at that mirror, it doesn't match up with the door, it's not right. Like, I don't know, and it's so easy to get offended when people start pinpointing. Some people don't get it. A true car builder will go up to someone else's car and they know they've given them a red hot go. They've tried hard to get it right and they respect it. But other people I don't know hadn't built cars before, they just come up and start picking faults. They just don't get it. So usually I'm pretty calm about it. Sometimes I just get triggered. I'm just not in the mood. But all good. Righty guys, I'll post another video up soon. But yeah, pretty red hot at the moment on my channel. I'm putting lots of videos up, and just, yeah, it's easy when you're not at work. You just get plenty of time to do stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll catch up with you soon.